Welcome, Conscious Co-Creator, Steven here. My intention for this blog is to share a profound experience I had setting intentions for the world. I intend that as a result of watching this video, you will be inspired to set intentions of your own. In December of 2015, I hurt my back and was in bed for about 10 days. I watched and read world news in greater length than normal. Watching the atrocities of ISIS, witnessing the pain of Syria's war, learning that Putin invaded Syria and started bombing civilians, watching the documentary Racing to Extinctions about the extinctions to wildlife we're causing in the world seemed doomed, dark, and on its path towards destruction. I found myself depressed, feeling helpless, and uninspired to do anything. It was a Monday of the new year when my friend came to help me put some materials together for Intention Bubble platform, and found myself uninspired to even talk about intentions when the world seemed so hopeless. I noticed that anger started to emerge. I was angry at the world that was so dark. I was angry at the many villains that were causing so much pain and suffering on the planet. I was angry at humanity. As the anger grew, I found myself shifting my anger from humanity towards myself, asking, what am I doing about it all? How would I feel after my passing from this world that I was here, now, and did not do anything about it? I was pissed. But what could I do? I had no idea how little Steven can solve the world issues at this large magnitude. I turned to Spirit and asked, what is that I could do right now? I sat in silence for a few moments and listened. I began to see that the villains of the world, whether it was Putin or Assad or ISIS fighter, they were little children who needed love. I saw that in their separations from love, violence was their way of expressing their own anger of not knowing love, and they cry for it. I felt compassion for them. It occurred to me that intention bubble technology and the power of intentions can shift the negativity in the world into love. I felt excited and inspired. For the next 3 days, I engaged in intention setting love to whoever I can think of in the world that needed it. I set the intention of love for Putin to leave Syria, for Assad to stop fighting his people, for suicide bombers to realize that their acts of killing are not in alignment with divine love. I intended to find cracks in people's hearts for more love to enter, for Israelis and Palestinians to find forgiveness for each other and break the cycle of violence among them. While I did not know how much impact all of those intentions were making, I felt amazing. I felt empowered, inspired, and committed to making a difference in the world with the technology of intentions. Weeks later, I read about a suicide bomber who changed his mind in Israel in the last minute before blowing himself up. I was reading about a Palestinian mother that her son killed few Israelis. She went to their families and apologized for her son's killing and donated his body parts after he was killed to Israeli children. Putin decided to leave Syria. I started to notice more acts of love by humanity. Now, I don't know how much specific impact my intentions made in the world, but I had this knowing that I have an untapped power with my intentions to cause an impact. I know that together we have a collective power that once unleashed, we can solve the most difficult challenges in the world. My dear friend Chandra shared with me the other day that there are only two expressions in the world, love and the need for love. I imagine that you too have moments in your life that you do not feel inspired or empowered to make a difference. I invite you to take a moment right now and to set an intention to create a moment of love in your own life, the life of a friend or the world. May you create powerful moments of love that profoundly make a difference in the world. Be well.